There are calls for sex education programs in Australia to be modernised to reflect the true nature of the online activity of teenagers. It comes as a New South Wales parliamentary inquiry into the sexualisation of young people found an explosion in the phenomenon known as teen sexting and young people sharing explicit images of themselves online. Well, joining me live now is Patricia O'Shelley. She is the CEO of Interrelate, an agency providing sex education programs to Australian schools and agencies. Patricia O'Shelley, thank you so much for your time. Tell me, what is the nature? Can you describe the nature of how young people in this country engage with social media and the digital world?
The engagement of young people in social media is many and varied. So we're finding that children as young as 10 years of age are engaging in social media, and up to the age of 17, 18, obviously as children. And so the issue of sexting in that space is one that's very complex and requires a comprehensive approach.
Do you think a lot of people would be surprised by the sophistication of it and by the extent of it?
I think that parents sometimes are surprised by the younger and younger age groups who are having access to social media and undertaking activities that not in their wildest dream they would have thought their children would be undertaking. So I think that's one of those issues. I think the other is that young people are exploring their sexuality and now having the access to social media or social things like the telephone as a mechanism of communication. They're not thinking through their behaviours.
And what kind of behaviour are we talking about, and what is its impact?
So the behaviour is many and varied, and so you can dissect it into sort of situations. You have young people who are exploring their own sexuality, and as part of that they might be in a consensual relationship, and as part of exploring their sexuality they may be sending photographs of themselves to what they consider a partner at the time. Now that has all sorts of repercussions. The repercussions not only in terms of their immediate behaviour, and there is an element of immediacy around social media, and therefore when young people are not thinking through their decisions, sometimes they can make decisions that are inappropriate. The other is that can escalate. So at times it could be that the person is having a consensual relationship, but that relationship sours, and the person who has received those images may be bitter about the relationship ending and can use those images in a negative way by either remessaging, posting, and that's where it moves into more bullying behaviour and criminal behaviour.
So is this kind of behaviour being looked at in current sex education programs in this country at the moment?
Organisations, for example, like Interrelate, do look at that sort of behaviour. The issue is that I think one of the things that has shocked us as an organisation, or surprised us as an organisation, is the age of the young people who are engaging in this activity. So when you have a young person or a child of the age of 10 and a school approaches us and says, look, we have children as young as 10 involved in sexualised behaviour and in sexting, that's very different to the education program we would deliver to a school who says, look, we've got 15 and 16-year-olds involved in sexting. So depending on what the issue is how we will tailor our education.
Patricia O'Shelley, thank you so much for your time and your analysis here on News Now.
Thank you very much for having me.